New World is going back to being a beta again. Now, how does this work when your game is already fully released? I absolutely have no idea. But it's clear that they are taking inspiration from Dream's face reveal and when he wanted to take it back because of obvious reasons.
For those of you who haven't heard, New World is going to have an open beta that runs for 3 days, starting on Friday the 13th of September.
Also, that's the shortest open beta I have ever heard in my life. That is hilarious.
And ending on Monday the 16th of this same month. Now, this is a pretty bizarre piece of information because I'm sure the majority of you who click through to this video will remember that New World fully released on September 28th, 2021.
Exactly. Now, the easiest explanation for this is obviously the fact that New World is effectively as dead as they come. It still has some players, but unless you're a New World fan, you're probably not playing the game. The game is still plagued with so many issues. One of the biggest one, it's actually fun until you reach max level. I played New World. A lot of people, in fact, I know play New World, and they enjoyed it, and so did I. When I was not max level. Leveling, doing random things here and there. Fun. Getting max level, though, horrible, painful, and instantaneously pretty much quitting the game. And one of the main reasons because of this, because New World is honestly kind of fighting Destiny 2 when it comes to, well, in Destiny 2, there is no new player experience, okay? The game does its absolute best and finest to try and make every new player quit as fast as possible by being as inaccessible and complicated and non-explanative as possible. New World, on the other hand, the new player experience is really good. But when you get to max level, you have no idea what to do. Unless someone is guiding you by the hand and telling what you need to do, it's insane to actually do anything in this game, okay? When I got level 60 and I wanted to try the end game, I didn't know if I even unlocked all the dungeons. I did not know what I'm supposed to do. I did not know how the gear upgrade system works. And when I tried to figure out what I'm supposed to do, I tried obviously searching a couple of YouTube guides or something like that, and not a single thing on the internet actually told me in a proper way what I'm supposed to do, and my salvation was like the 4th video that I clicked about being level 60 in New World and knowing what to do, and even then that video was 7 minutes long or something like that, and even then that video only started explaining what you do at level 60 around the 20-minute mark. Yeah, there's a lot of problems. So, I understand why New World wants to completely start as fresh over as it possibly can.
Almost 3 years ago from this upcoming open beta date. The explanation or justification from Amazon on how New World can have both a closed and open beta 3 years after its release is that this is a beta for New World Eternum. And as Amazon put it themselves on the New World website, New World Eternum is an action RPG that's going to be released on October 15th for PC, Xbox, and PS5. So in this video, I'm going to endeavor to explain exactly what the heck New World Eternum is, why it's having an open beta, and hopefully clear up some of the confusing messaging from Amazon Games. But first, a quick word from this video's sponsor. I'm excited to announce that, as we mentioned in the intro of this video, there's a good amount of confusion on what exactly New World Eternum is. Some articles out there claim that it is an action RPG reboot of the game, or a re-release of the MMO we played back in 2021. Even the official marketing at Summer Games Fest would have you believe that New World Eternum is a completely separate game from what it is now.
Oh no, pre-order now. Dude, if I'm a New World player and they tell me, okay, a New World 1 completely failed, now we're calling it Eternum, and guess what, buckaroo? You get to buy it all over again. I'm like, thanks, but no thanks. I'm out. I got grass to touch, and that's pretty much all she said.
Now,
that's right. New World Eternum will launch on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on October 15th. and now you can play the game start to finish as a solo player or play co-op and use crossplay as well.
Now, technically, some of what is being said is true. You can play New World Eternum solo, but you can also play the current version of the game solo.
Wait, some of it is true. That's not a good thing to say. I'm confused.
As well. Since early 2022, it's been possible to play through the entire main storyline without needing to jump into a group. The quests in the story where you would need to complete an expedition, basically New World's equivalent of a group dungeon, those have been given a solo alternative. And other parts of the story where you would need to group up and take down a boss have been replaced with these soul trials. They're basically a solo boss encounter. So if the game in its current state can already be played solo or co-op, what else is new in New World Eternum? Well, Amazon have stated that they're also adding a new 10-player raid with 3 different bosses, a PvP zone or lawless area.
Wait, that's it? 1 raid, 3 new bosses. That also kind of implies that they're going to reuse old bosses. But yeah, that's not a big selling point. Most games do more than 1 whopping new raid and 3 new bosses. Most games do better than that. And we're talking about Amazon, okay? They have a lot of money, and they, you know, for other companies, I would say that this is not 1-for-1 transfer, but it's Amazon, okay? Amazon is very well known for actually investing money from the main everything into other smaller things to make them successful. This is not like the Amazon Game Studio needs to literally struggle for every nickel and dime that they make because Amazon is not going to support them if they fail. No, so the fact that this is just 1 raid in a thing that I need to buy is really bad news.
Repeatable endgame solo boss fights. These are basically those soul trials that we just talked about, but scaled up to max level. There's also going to be a gear score increase to 725, and they're finally adding swimming into the game. Now, if you're thinking, Baggins, well, this just sounds like an update to New World, as opposed to a brand new game. Well, my friend, you would be right. New World Eternum, in its simplest form, is just another update for New World. If you own a copy of New World on Steam, you'll be able to download the update on the 15th of October and play New World Eternum.
For free or not, I kind of want to hear the words free.
Existing servers aren't going to be wiped clean, so you can continue to play on your old character if you want, but Amazon is also going to be adding new fresh start servers for those of you who want to level up from scratch and not be behind everyone else on the server. These servers are transfer locked, meaning older legacy characters cannot transfer into them, so all progress that's made on the server is equal. Nobody starts with any extra gold, resources, control of the map, etc. So this begs the question, why are Amazon doing this? Why such a weird messaging around New World Eternum? Why not basically describe it as an expansion or another update? Well,
I mean, as we can understand, the messaging from Amazon is complicated, but even the explanation just kind of makes me ask more questions at this point, and I'm completely not sold.
I think the simplest answer to this question is marketing. The biggest thing about New World Eternum from Amazon's perspective is it'll be available for purchase on Xbox and PS5. Right now, they're selling pre-orders at $60, or the deluxe edition, which includes a few extra skins and stuff, for
Ethereum base game, 1 bear mount, and soul armor skin. Oh no, that's they're gonna get people. Okay, they're gonna get people. Okay, listen, people are gonna buy this, and this is gonna be pretty sad.
$80. There will be some data that Amazon is looking at that suggests action RPGs is a more saleable genre for a game on console than MMORPG. So they're leaning into this with the marketing, telling players that you can play it solo or co-op. And by adding Eternum to the end of the game title, it also presents New World as a different game from the one you may have heard of that came out in 2021, a game that was riddled with bugs, lacked content, and most players sadly quit within the first few months of its release. So that's where the majority of people are who kept following this game into 2023 and 2024. Their viewpoint, which is reflected in the Steam reviews, posts on their tweets, comments on their YouTube videos, is that New World Eternum is effectively a money grab. Amazon are planning to drop the game on console and then sunset the game shortly afterwards, basically taking devs' resources off the game with the plan to shut it down in the next year or so.
Probably, yeah. Probably, yeah.
Now, in my opinion, I've never thought of New World as a scam or as a way for Amazon to make a quick buck. The game was a mess, and in some ways still is.
But they are gonna try and make all the money and shut down at some point, because there's no way that New World is sustainable at this point, right?
That's for sure. But I've more than got my money's worth in terms of hours spent in this game and the memories that I've made playing it. And this is something that's reflected across the internet. Most people will agree that their initial playtime, you know, the first time they played New World, was the most fun they've had in gaming in many years.
Probably some of the most fun I've had gaming during its peak. I really wish things were handled differently so that it wasn't in the condition it's in now.
New World literally broke me. The amount I was playing that game and the amount I will still continue playing that shit game. I'm kidding, I love New World, but there's so many bugs and exploits.
For all of the people that are huge fans of New World, I am among you. Nobody plays 500 hours of a game that they hate.
I mean, that's debatable, honestly.
And I mean, even looking at the Steam reviews, you can see that most of the not recommended posts are from people who have hundreds or even thousands of hours in the game. The biggest
that's normal.
problem with New World, and again, this is my opinion, is that it launched way before it was ready. And as a result, it had an unbelievable amount of bugs, exploits, and an extreme shortage of actual content. However, if the game was to launch back in 2021...
Button! Oh, that's good. That's good. I haven't seen that one before. Button! Oh man, that's good.
With the version of New World we have now, or even the version that will be New World Eternum, I genuinely believe that opinions and sentiment towards the game would be better. From small improvements like being able to open your inventory on the move, save gear loadouts and equip them, and search through your storage sheds by perks and stats.
Wait, don't we already have gear sets?
To huge updates like new zones, new weapons, new item types, cross-server group finder, mounts, server layering, and a much better and more cohesive questing experience, New World has improved a lot from its release to present day. So I guess the good news for console players is they'll hopefully get the release of New World that we should have had. And from a PC player's perspective, the Fresh Start servers will have crossplay enabled, and New World Eternum will effectively be a free update for us. So if Amazon Games hasn't completely broken your heart and burned all the bridges that you have with them, you can jump in again and see if the game is more deserving of your time in 2024. Though, if you do want to get a mount or use the new flail weapon, or go from level 60 to 65 and enter into the Elysian Wild Zone, as a PC player, you will still need to purchase the Rise of the Angry Earth expansion. But as I mentioned at the start of the video, you can try out New World Eternum.
Oh man, you just constantly need to buy something. That is so not good. I'm not gonna lie, that is just so not good.
On PS5, Xbox, or PC, it'll of course be for free, and that starts on...
No, I understand that they need money, but the fact that the game is in a horrible state, everyone knows it, everyone talks about it. Just the fact that everything costs money, and man, you need to buy this, and then you know, dude, the fact that you need to buy the what's it called, New World Ether, whatever, yeah, the fact that you need to buy that on consoles, and then you need to and then at some point people are gonna figure out, wait a minute, I need to also buy Angry Earth. Oh yeah, that's not gonna be good. That's gonna piss people off.
On the 13th of September, and they're allowing a pre-download on the 11th of September. Now, during this open beta, they are going to be capping us to level 30, and it's only going to be running for 3 days. I think part of this is just a marketing scheme again, to give the console gamers a little hit, just a little taste of New World, get them hooked, and hopefully get some pre-orders.
I would say that the open world...
Dude, level 30, I think, is the point where you can pretty much one-shot still almost anything. with just a very simple combo. And New World's combat, and I've talked about this many times, New World's combat is extremely unique in the way that it feels great when you're one-shotting things, but it feels really bad and slow and stale when you actually use your cooldowns and the opponent's still alive. So, yeah, that's gonna be something.
World exploration, the entry level, the first 30 levels of New World is probably the most fun that you're gonna have.
But there is going to be a skin you can earn for your account if you hit level 25 during the 3 days the open beta runs.
I think at level 30 you can almost one-shot any mob with any weapon. Maybe except rapier. LOL. But after that, the pool of weapons that can actually do enough instantaneous damage without needing to do anything extra becomes smaller, I think, or something like that. So it becomes worse.
If that's something you care about. To wrap up this video, we all know that New World has had a very turbulent history. I think there's still a lot to be said about Amazon's QA process, even to this day, as recently as our Season 5 update. There was like huge glaring bugs that made it into the game. So whether history isn't just going to repeat itself with New World Eternum,
nice.
I mean, time will only tell, but it would seem...
bro, when the mounts launched, it was hilarious. They were so bugged.
It's unlikely, unfortunately. However, I do genuinely believe from a new player's perspective, especially from the console player's perspective, New World is like a really fun game. The first 100, 200, maybe, hopefully at this point, like even 500 hours you put in the game is going to be really fun. But ultimately, is this going to save New World? It would seem likely not, but nonetheless.
Likely not. That is pretty much honestly the absolute summary here. Anyway, that was Baggins TV, 10 out of 10. Bye.